Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not motivation. It is not comfort. And it is definitely not what the modern world wants you to hear. This is the rule, the one rule of power that every man ignores until it destroys him completely. A Machiavellian truth buried so deeply in human psychology that the moment you understand it, you will never look at people the same way again. You will never trust blindly. You will never step into a room without awareness. And most importantly, you will never be caught unprepared again. Men today are taught to be kind, but not strategic. They are taught to be generous, but not guarded. They are taught to open themselves, but never taught how to protect themselves. Before we go deeper, take a moment and make sure you're part of this journey. Subscribe to White Side of Black Coded, because here we don't just talk about success, we decode the silent forces that shape it. Every week, I reveal the hidden psychology behind wealth, power, and human behavior. Truths most people will never hear in their lifetime. Let's dive in. Machiavelli warned about this centuries ago. He said that the man who refuses to understand human nature, the man who refuses to accept the dark side of people, will be destroyed by the very people he tries to help. This is the lost lesson, the one that separates powerful men from broken ones. And in this video, you will understand exactly why. Let's say it plainly, because Machiavelli always did. People respect strength, not softness. People follow power, not kindness. People obey confidence, not purity. And here is the brutal truth. Most men mistakenly believe that being good makes them safe. They think being helpful earns loyalty. They think being honest guarantees fairness. They think being nice protects them from betrayal. But Machiavelli understood something darker, something psychologically accurate, something men today desperately need to learn. Men will always betray what they admire less than themselves. Let that sink in. If they think you're soft, they will test you. If they think you're harmless, they will use you. If they think you're naive, they will deceive you. Not because they are evil, but because human nature is survival-based, not moral-based. This is the psychological law that destroys men who ignore it. Before we go deeper, I want you to think about something. Think about how many times in your life you believed someone would not hurt you, yet they did. Think about how many times you trusted words instead of behavior and paid the price. Think about how many times you assumed loyalty and discovered it meant nothing. Every man experiences this. Every man bleeds from this lesson. Every man learns it the hard way. Machiavelli's rule is not a threat, it is a warning, a psychological shield, a manual on how to survive in a world that rewards the strategic and punishes the unprepared.
The first dark truth. People respect what they fear losing. You want to understand power? Understand this. People treat your presence based on how valuable or replaceable they believe you are. If they think they can lose you, they handle you with care. If they think they cannot lose you, they become careless, disrespectful, entitled. This applies to relationships, friendships, business, and daily life. Machiavelli wrote, "The threat of loss is stronger than the promise of gain." This is wealth psychology. This is dark psychology. This is human behavior stripped to its bones. Men who fail to understand this let themselves become too available, too predictable, too present, too eager. And then they ask, why did they stop valuing me? The answer is brutal. Because you taught them that your presence required no effort to keep. The second dark truth. People test boundaries constantly. You think people stop pushing when they hit your limit? They don't. Every person you meet, family, friends, co-workers, strangers, will test you in small ways. Not because they hate you, but because testing boundaries is part of human psychology. People want to know, how far can I go? What can I get away with? How much will he tolerate? When you ignore the first test, you teach them nothing. When you ignore the second test, you train them. When you ignore the third test, you break yourself. Machiavelli knew this. The man who seeks peace with everyone invites domination from everyone. This is why men who avoid conflict, men who avoid saying no, men who avoid protecting themselves, slowly lose respect, authority, and dignity. Not because they are weak by nature, but because they refuse to enforce boundaries. Let me ask you something. How many times did you stay quiet even though you felt used? How many times did you give more even when you received less? How many times did you let things slide because you wanted to avoid confrontation? Every time you did, a part of your self-respect died. A part of your power faded. A part of your identity disappeared. This is what destroys men, the slow erosion of boundaries, the slow sacrifice of self for the comfort of others. Machiavelli warned against this weakness, not because he hated kindness, but because he understood human nature. People don't admire the man who sacrifices himself. They admire the man who protects himself. The third dark truth. People only respect consequences. Words mean nothing. Warnings mean nothing. Promises mean nothing. People only truly understand consequences. Machiavelli wrote that mercy without the possibility of punishment becomes a joke. It loses meaning. A boundary without consequences is not a boundary. It is a suggestion. A standard without consequences is not a standard. It is a request.
A man without consequences is not respected, he is tolerated. If someone repeatedly disrespects your time, reduce their access. If someone disrespects your energy, limit your presence. If someone disrespects your boundaries, end the connection. Not to be cruel, but to maintain your self-respect. Power is not shown in how loud you speak, but in how quietly you enforce your standards. The fourth dark truth. People believe actions, not intentions. Look closely at the world and you'll notice something. No one cares about your intentions. People respond to your results, your confidence, your stance, your energy, your presence, your actions. You can have the purest heart and still be disrespected. You can have the best intentions and still be ignored. People are moved by what they see, not what you intended. Machiavelli warned leaders about this centuries before modern psychology proved it. Men judge more by the eyes than by the mind. This is why a man who hesitates is overlooked. A man who avoids risk is forgotten. A man who hides his power never gets a chance to use it. If your life feels stagnant, it's because your actions do not match your potential, and people respond to the version of you that you display, not the version that exists in your imagination. Pause for a moment. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel the truth of these words resonate inside you. Because deep down, you already know these lessons. You have lived them. You have felt the sting of ignoring them. You have watched yourself suffer because of them. This video is not teaching you something new. It is reminding you of something ancient, something primal, something every man knows instinctively. The world does not reward good intentions. It rewards strategic intelligence. And Machiavelli's lost lesson is the bridge between these truths. The fifth dark truth: your value is decided by what you tolerate. A man's life is shaped by what he accepts and what he refuses to accept. If you tolerate disrespect, you will receive disrespect. If you tolerate laziness from yourself, you will live in mediocrity. If you tolerate bad energy, your inner world will collapse. If you tolerate low standards, you will live a low-standard life. Your tolerance creates your environment. Your thresholds shape your reality. Your boundaries build your reputation. This is why Machiavelli insisted that every man must have unbreakable standards, unshakable posture, and unwavering clarity. Not because it makes you feared, but because it makes you respected. This is the moment we return to the title, The Rule Men Ignore Until It Destroys Them. What is that rule? What is the single principle, the one Machiavelli saw, the one most men refuse to accept until it tears their life apart? Here it is. The world respects a man who respects himself. When you lack internal respect, you accept anything. When you accept anything, people give you nothing.
When people give you nothing, resentment eats you alive. This is how men destroy themselves. This is why they collapse internally. This is why they lose their sense of direction, because they never understood the truth. Self-respect is not emotional. It is strategic. The sixth dark truth: peaceful men must learn strategic warfare. A peaceful man without strategy is not peaceful. He's vulnerable. A peaceful man without boundaries is not calm. He's suppressed. A peaceful man without strength is not enlightened. He's exposed. Machiavelli warned repeatedly, it is dangerous to be unprepared, even when you seek peace. Because the world does not attack you when you are ready. It attacks you when you are comfortable, when you are distracted, when you are open. And men who fail to prepare for conflict end up crushed by the smallest pressure. Think about it. How many men crumble when criticized? How many break down after rejection? How many collapse when plans fall apart? How many panic when life tests their resolve? Not because they are weak, but because no one taught them psychological strategy. No one taught them mental resilience. No one taught them to prepare for adversity before adversity arrives. This is why Machiavellian psychology is powerful. It forces a man to anticipate conflict instead of fearing it. It teaches him to control outcomes instead of reacting blindly. It awakens his strategic mind instead of leaving him at the mercy of fate. The world does not respect the unprepared. Take a moment and think about your life. How many times were you caught off guard? How many moments did life expose your lack of preparation? A financial crisis, a breakup, a betrayal, a sudden challenge, a moment of pressure you were not ready for. Every man knows that pain. Every man remembers the moment life demanded strength, and he had none. This is the moment transformation begins. The seventh dark truth. Men who don't control their emotions lose everything. Machiavelli understood something that still applies today. The man who cannot control his emotions controls nothing. Wealth psychology studies confirm it. Success psychology confirms it. Masculine development confirms it. Dark psychology confirms it. It's all the same rule. Emotional control is the foundation of power. When a man is reactive, he becomes predictable. When he's predictable, he becomes easy to manipulate. When he's easy to manipulate, he becomes powerless. People push his buttons because they know where they are. People provoke him because they know how he responds. People deceive him because they trust his emotions more than facts. But when a man controls his emotions, he becomes unpredictable, mysterious, dangerous, respected. His calmness becomes a weapon. His silence becomes a strategy. His stillness becomes intimidation. People don't know what he's thinking. They don't know how to provoke him. They don't know what he will do next. That is power. That is presence. That is what Machiavelli meant when he said,
A man who governs himself can govern anything. Feel the shift. Right now, you may feel a strange heaviness in your chest, a recognition of truth, a memory of past mistakes, a sense of awakening. That is your subconscious telling you that this lesson is real. Because every time you lost control, you lost opportunities, you lost relationships, you lost respect, you lost yourself. This is the rule men ignore until it destroys them. You cannot master the world until you master your internal world. The eighth dark truth: never reveal your true motives. This is one of Machiavelli's most dangerous lessons and one of the most effective psychological strategies ever recorded. He wrote, "People cannot interfere with what they do not understand." Most men destroy themselves by revealing their goals too early, their intentions too openly, their struggles too honestly, their dreams too freely. People don't always sabotage you with malice. Sometimes they sabotage you with doubt, with fear, with insecurity, with comparison, with envy, with discouragement. Silence protects you. Privacy strengthens you. Mystery elevates you. The man who reveals nothing controls everything. The man who speaks less moves smarter. The man who hides his direction moves faster. And the man who appears unpredictable becomes unchallengeable. Feel this moment. Feel how your perspective is changing. You are not becoming darker. You are becoming aware. You are not becoming ruthless. You are becoming strategic. Machiavelli's lost lesson is not evil. It is survival. It is clarity. It is self-protection. The world is not as pure as you were taught. People are not as innocent as you assume. Life is not as safe as you imagine. But when you understand human nature, you stop suffering from it. The ninth dark truth: never let anyone see you break. Pain is human. Suffering is human. Struggle is human. But revealing your weakness
before the wrong audience is suicide. People don't treat your vulnerability with empathy. They treat it with calculation. Some will use it against you. Some will look down on you. Some will lose respect for you. Some will talk about you. Some will feel superior to you. This is the psychology behind Machiavelli's warning. Show your wounds only to the ones who can heal them. Men who expose their internal chaos to the wrong people end up isolated, disrespected, dismissed. Your inner battles are sacred. Your suffering is sacred. Your healing is sacred. Share it only with those who have earned access to your private world. The 10th dark truth: you must become your own leader. Here is a truth that separates powerful men from broken ones.
No one is coming to save you. Not society, not friends, not partners, not family, not luck. You must save yourself. You must guide yourself. You must build yourself. Machiavelli taught rulers a principle that every modern man needs. He who depends on others dies by others. In today's world, dependence is not just financial. It is emotional. It is psychological. It is social. Men who depend on approval live without identity. Men who depend on validation live without stability. Men who depend on external motivation live without direction. Power begins the moment you stop waiting and start acting. The moment of alignment. Right now, your mind is absorbing these truths. Your spirit is shifting. Your perspective is sharpening. This is not motivation. This is transformation. Your internal world is rearranging itself around a principle that Machiavelli tried to warn humanity about centuries ago. A man who does not understand power becomes a victim of it. But you are beginning to understand. The 11th dark truth: respect is built on consistency, not moments. Most men try to earn respect through moments. One big achievement, one big statement, one lucky break, one heroic act. But respect, real respect, is built through consistency, through showing up every day with discipline, clarity, strength, and standards. Machiavelli said it clearly: the world remembers not what you do once, but what you prove you can do repeatedly. This is where 99% of men fail. They rely on bursts of effort instead of mastery. They chase quick results instead of long-term identity. They want immediate rewards instead of gradual transformation. Consistency is the real currency of power. Repetition is the real engine of respect. Endurance is the real measure of masculinity. No matter how slow you move, you become unstoppable when you refuse to stop. The 12th dark truth: your environment is your fate. A man rarely rises above the people around him, not because he lacks potential, but because energy is contagious. Machiavelli warned rulers to watch their inner circle closely, because the people you let near you shape your destiny. If you surround yourself with weak men, bitter men, lazy men, envious men, negative men, you become one of them. Human psychology mirrors its surroundings. Neurology adapts to its environment. This is why wealthy psychology, success psychology, and dark psychology all repeat the same rule. Your circle is a preview of your future. Strong men lift you. Weak men drain you. Wise men guide you. Foolish men mislead you.
Your environment decides your trajectory long before you realize it. The 13th dark truth:
Silence is a strategic weapon. Machiavelli believed that silence is one of the greatest tools of power, because silence reveals more than words. Who is insecure? Who is overconfident? Who is manipulative? Who is afraid? Who is guilty? When you stop talking, people expose themselves. They fill the space with their truth, their intentions, their motives, their weaknesses. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is information. Silence is strategy. Silence is dominance. The man who speaks less learns more, controls more, understands more, influences more, because silence forces the world to reveal its true nature. The final transition, the awakening. We have reached the core, the heart of Machiavelli's lost lesson, the truth men ignore until it destroys them. Never let your desire to be loved become greater than your desire to be respected. This is the rule that breaks men. This is the rule that ruins lives. This is the rule that crushes identity. Trying to be liked weakens you. Trying to please everyone exhausts you. Trying to win approval enslaves you. Men lose themselves trying to be agreeable, trying to be safe, trying to be accepted. But the moment you prioritize respect, everything changes. Your posture changes. Your voice changes. Your decisions change. Your standards change. Your relationships change. Your future changes. Because respect is the foundation of power, and power is the foundation of freedom. Conclusion. Your new identity. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let the truth settle into your chest. You are not the same man who started this video. You now carry awareness, strategy, psychological strength, and Machiavellian clarity. The world will pull at you. People will test you. Life will challenge you. But now you see the rule. A man survives when he understands human nature. A man thrives when he understands his own nature. And a man becomes unstoppable when he respects himself more than he fears the world. This is Machiavelli's lost lesson. This is the rule men ignore until it destroys them. But you now know it, now feel it, now understand it. The question is, what will you do with this power?